top 8, barely missing out on a spot for the World Championship at the European Championship by going top 8 there. But this year, he's ready to try again. Reigning national champion, and now trying to make it a back-to-back champion, bringing the Snake Eye deck. On the other hand, Konstantin is the man to stop him. Konstantin bringing the same deck, so we will see a hopefully highly skilled match here between both of them using the same deck. And I mean, we only had 2 Snake Eye decks in top 8, and both of them, both Baptiste and Konstantin, won their matches. So even though in top 8 it was looking like maybe we are going to see an upset, now in top 4 all of a sudden we have the guarantee to not only see a Snake Eye deck here for top 4, but also eventually there's going to be one in the finals. We see now Snake Eye, or we see Original Spoils getting met with Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, but Baptiste can just go for Snake Eye Oak, targeting the Snake Eye Poplar, trying to extend from there on. That is fine. Getting Poplar onto the field. Poplar also is going to use its effect. As we already went through Original Sinful Spoils, I would assume that this is now going to end up being the Temple. Yep, Temple is coming there. That's still, even after that, it looked like that Ash Blossom would be shutting down a lot for Baptiste, but that normal summon Snake Eye Oak was definitely what he needed there. Because now we have an Oak ready to use its effect. We have the Poplar ability to put another monster to the spell and trap zone. I think the setup right now is just very, very strong overall. Now using the effect of the Temple to put the Snake Eye Diabellstar into the spell and trap zone and send it again with the Snake Eye Oak to bring out Flamberge Dragon. Funnily enough, we have not gone through Snake Eye Ash here at all. Usually everything centers around Snake Eye Ash, but here in this opening turn of Baptiste, we're not seeing Snake Eye Ash at all. Linking off the Poplar and the Flamberge Dragon, bringing out IP Masquerena, triggering the Flamberge Dragon and also the Snake Eye Poplar now, putting the Snake Eye Diabellstar into the spell and trap zone, where it is a valuable resource, of course, while also bringing back Snake Eye Poplar and the Snake Eye Oak. And by the speed Baptiste is acting, you can see that he's a strong player. You can see that he has played this deck for countless hours. He's absolutely advanced with this deck. He has been playing it for a really long time. And he, is about to be met with a Nibiru, though, I believe, because that the way Konstantin right now is thinking there is kind of indicating to me that this should be a Nibiru, honestly. Using now the effect of Snake Eye Flamberge, though, first of all. So, have we maybe missed the good timing to go for a Nibiru here? Because that would be the only card that would really, really make sense to me, to be honest. But first of all, with both IP and the Snake Eye Diabellstar in our spell and trap zone, we're going to link off the Promethean Princess and the second monster to go for the Hita. Hita is grabbing that Ash Blossom from our opponent, summoning it to our own side of the field. And from there on, we definitely have enough spell cards around here, or at least cards that are treated as spell cards for the moment, to go for Celine into Appaloosa. Is that what Baptiste wants to do? I would assume it would be. And indeed, Celine it is. Celine uses its effect, gaining counters. Having enough counters now to also use the effect to bring something back, but there is Ghost Ogre. Okay, we waited long and carefully with Ghost Ogre, so that was the card we were thinking of activating for so long, and now we found a good timing for it. Snake Eye Diabellstar is going to put Hita into the spell and trap zone while summoning itself to the field. That means no Appaloosa that Konstantin has to play through, but he does have to play through 2 more set cards there, which of course is also a tough challenge, as those cards might very likely be cards like Infinite Impermanence and such. But let's see. Konstantin, now is his turn, his time to shine here in this top 8 match, or top 4 even, starting things off with Bonfire. Bonfire searches out Snake Eye Ash. You gotta realize that the Snake Eye matchup, when it is a mirror match, when you're playing against the same deck, both Snake Eye players under each other, It is a pretty skillful endeavor when they face each other, and Baptiste considering whether he wants to trigger anything or activate a quick effect, and he is going for the activation of Infinite Impermanence, and that might just shut down so much. One Infinite Impermanence on Snake Eye Ash can sometimes stop the entire turn. Additionally already, of course, there's a field set up with an IP waiting, with a Flamberge waiting to bring it out if the field spell somehow doesn't do it. There's a Promethean Princess in the graveyard, and there's Constantine picking up his card. For the longest time, you were in pure Snake Eye just going for Borrowed Savage Dragon, Baron de Fleur. Of course, both of these cards unavailable now for the moment, and therefore, you had to figure out a different approach. The easy solution was to just go Bestial Dispater and Omega, but no, both of these players agreed. Actually, we could go for an Exceed play and hope Harbinger is their only non-Link monster in their extra deck. Besides Typhon. There's also Typhon in their extra deck. But still, we see Effect Veiler on Snake Eye Ash, so Constantine is just not allowed to resolve Snake Eye Ash here overall. He got Impermed on it last game, he gets Veiler on it here. So, let's see how this is still continuing from here. At least, we are not forced to immediately pass. Wanted is going to be activated, and Wanted is going to grab ourselves a copy of Diabellstar Witch. So there's at least a way to original that Witch resolves for. Oh, and we also have the good old 1-for-1, and we're trading the card in hand, which is a Snake Eye Diabellstar for a monster to be summoned out from the deck, and so we can go for Poplar, which was denied before that as a search target for the Snake Eye Ash, but now it comes to the field anyways, and it will use its effect as well. And Baptiste considering whether to use something against that, but it seems like he will be able to resolve that. Poplar now using its effect, of course, to grab a spell trap with the Snake Eye word from the deck to their hand, and that is always going to be the temple here, I would assume, because we already revealed, yep, that is the temple. We already revealed that we also have the witch, and therefore we have a way to original anyways. And we are not having a different way to get to the field spell, and therefore that is our way to go here. Oh, actually, I just realized, and thanks for the people in chat also making me aware, he did search out the Snake Eye Diabellstar, so there is no witch for the moment. So that was the card he searched with Wanted. I always forget now that you actually have two search targets for the Wanted now with the Snake Eye Diabellstar being around. And then he searched that card to immediately discard it afterwards. Now we go for Link 1 summon into Relinquished Anima. And we are going to use the effect. Ooh, but there is also Witch. Okay, so both of the Diabellstar monsters are in the hand of Constantine, have now found their way onto the field. And we are going to use the effect, resolve the effect of Diabellstar Witch to set original Sinful Spoils here. So the Diabellstar package of the deck actually got bigger. Oh, that looks like a Link free to me here. Going into Celine. Celine is going to bring back the Witch, as it is the only spellcaster in the graveyard. Now the Witch and the Celine are going to make plays for Appaloosa. Is there anything else? I don't... Yeah, okay. Here comes the Snake Eye Diabellstar putting Poplar into the spell and trap zone. And of course still the original Sinful Spoils being set there, being a way to extend that we had placed there previously. And here comes Oak. Oak uses its effect. Going to bring back another monster from the graveyard. So we secured a safety net for our combo here to resolve with that Appaloosa already being face up on the field. And we're capitalizing on that fact right now very heavily. Snake Eye Ash and also the Snake Eye Diabellstar are being sent to the graveyard to make place for Flamberge Dragon. We're really going for a big combo here, honestly. That combo is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Linking of the Flamberge and the Oak to also bring IP Masquerena to the field. That is going to now be the trigger time of the Flamberge Dragon. Oh, for a moment, I've said that effect or that name for so often already. I for a second just blanked out and completely forgot. But of course, that is Flamberge Dragon. And now we are summoning out Promethean Princes, usually to be seen in the extra monster zone. But as it is for the moment already occupied by Appaloosa, we may as well summon it into one of the zones that Appaloosa is pointing to. Here comes the Flamberge Dragon. Flamberge is placing IP Masquerena into the spell and trap zone as well. And we can from here on, probably we will have to find a way to get rid of the Promethean Princes. Because Promethean Princes makes it that the IP Masquerade and our Spell and Trap Zone cannot be summoned anymore, as we would be locked into fire monsters on our opponent's turn as well. But we can just easily link it off as Constantine decides to do so here. And we are going to make a Raging Phoenix out of it. Raging Phoenix is going to make place for Zelantis. And I like that. That Zelantis sitting there is kind of cool because it is now co-linked with the Appaloosa. Meaning, if Baptiste somehow ends up going into the battle phase to maybe threaten attacking over the IP Masquerena that at some point is summoned out, we have an answer to that with the quick effect of Zelantis in the battle phase. And there is the anti-spell fragrance on top of that. We found the powerful one-off from our side deck. We found the anti-spell fragrance here, which already on top of the decent combo that Constantine resolved is going to put a hard time on Baptiste here. And, ooh, that is a card from Legacy of Destruction that is actually played as a free-off here in the side deck of Baptiste. And a couple of players over the last couple of weeks have picked up on this card. It's still kind of a sleeper card, I would say, overall. But it is a quick spell that has a very, very interesting effect. And that is going to be applied here by Baptiste right now. And he is able to chain it to that anti-spell fragrance, of course, which was absolutely what he was doing. And there comes Snake Eye Ash as well. This is a super rare from Legacy of Destruction, and it's so versatile. Metaltronis is its name, and it actually has so many applications, and I think especially in the Snake Eye Mirror, it is so powerful. And it just says target one face-up non-token monster your opponent controls. And I think in that case we just targeted Flamberge Dragon actually, and special summon monster from your hand deck or extra deck that has 2 or more of the same type attribute and their attack, but negates its effect, and if you do negate the targeted monster. So that is very, very strong, honestly. As I said, super rare from Legacy of Destruction, and at this point, with how strong it looks, and with how often you are going to play against Snake Eye, as a Snake Eye player yourself, I can see even this card becoming a main deck card to play at some point. But first of all, Baptiste doesn't stop. Baptiste does go for the Diabellstar Witch, and it will not be negated by Appaloosa here. It will be allowed. We're going to set original Sinful Spoils. Also, don't forget, there is the Infinite Impermanence. Also, I think the Appaloosa already did its job. At least it did negate the Anima, I'm pretty sure. Otherwise, the Appaloosa wouldn't be there anymore. And I think, by the way, Baptiste looked at Constantine there. It almost felt like he announced the battle phase, but no, we just continue. It was just confirmation on what's going on right now. And we are now going to use the effect of SP Little Knight targeting the anti-spell fragrance. So apparently, we were trying to shut down, or apparently we were quite triggered by the anti-spell fragrance. We now have to find a way to get rid of it. Okay, so the procedure is that we chained the Appaloosa to negate. That made Baptiste chain his second effect of SP Little Knight. And that made Constantine chain, on the other hand, his IP Masquerena to summon out the his own copy of the good old SP Little Knight. So it is an SP Little Knight stare down right now. Can Baptiste get more going in his favor? We got rid of that anti-spell fragrance that was hindering us until then. But was it just our way of enabling the original Sinful Spoils, or do we have another powerful spell card in our hand? It does feel like the battle phase. Indeed, it is the battle phase. SP Little Knights are trading, and we do go for triple tactic talent, so we have a powerful spell card enabled indeed. Drawing 2 cards from the bottom, from the top of our deck, of course. And there we go. No additional cards. We did not pick anything up to extend from there. Of course, to break down the chain that just happened there on the last turn, of course, the Appaloosa would not be able to negate the banish effect of SP Little Knight anymore, as it does need to lose attack in resolve to resolve its effect, and it was not on the field anymore to do that. But now Konstantin, does he have the follow-up available to still stick around in this game? To maybe even end this game here in this turn? Because the field of Baptiste, of course, is empty. He already has a powerful tool on the field, being the Zelantis. Okay, normal summon a level 1, which is a scary thing to say when you're facing Snake Eye, but we're normal summoning effect Veiler here. Very old card back from Duelist Revolution. Beautiful there in its ultimate rarity, but we are just going to attack with Zelantis, and the Veiler was summoned and he did nothing with it. Lightning Storm is being activated as the card from Baptiste that he picked up for turn. We're normal summoning Snake Eye Poplar. Baptiste is all in here in this. He has found a way to add himself a copy of the field spell, and that is the Handshake.